Theo told me to speed this video up because we just did a really long isometric deadlift coaching job. So we're gonna go over to push-up. You know, the push-up is still one of those things that's like, most people come in, oh yeah, push-ups. I got it, don't worry about it. Like I knock them out. And then we'll take somebody through a push-up and it's like rep 5. Oh my God, this is so difficult, right? Like, but that's a real push-up. So what we're gonna do is the same thing. We're gonna look at some things that happen. I'll say some weaknesses, some form adjustments that most people have that we want to fix, and coaching cues for it, right? So as we go down to the ground, and I'm going to coach him on a regular push-up. Imagine that. So our regression model is, you know, while we will go to the knees, I prefer like an elevated barbell or elevated position where we don't have to drop to the knees, but dropping to the knees in some circumstances is fine if you have group classes and things of that nature. But what we're going to do is we're going to start with a hand position, you know, before he's going to step back. And he already knows pretty well, like the number one, that you want to have a straight line from the knuckles kind of straight up to the shoulders, right? A lot of times you'll see hands in front. So we just do it like a bad rep, start and go into a push-up position, but just go start further back, right? So you'll see this, okay? And is gonna stress the shoulder out for most people, right? So we want to see that straight line, and I'll literally go like, hey, I'm gonna draw a straight line. I want your shoulder to hit my hand. Okay, cool. All right, we're there. Then spreading the fingers apart as much as possible. Most people have, because of typing, they're gonna have like, you can see this. And what's cool is like, you can use the floor to spread the fingers. See how I did that? Like I spread the floor, bam, okay? The other thing that you're gonna see because of this position and the position of the wrist that we're in, you're gonna be able to see, like most of the time, actually do a push-up on your knees, because let's just focus on that wrist, right? As he goes down, most people will roll out. So go down into push-up, you'll see this knuckle come up right here and push back up. So you'll literally see it roll like this. And you know, a lot of times that will cause issues in the shoulder, elbow issues, but mostly think about it, right? Like when I'm rolling to the outside, it doesn't distribute force equally into my shoulder. So with that said, I'm gonna cue Theo, and I might also cue Olivia right here if she's gonna come through and do a push-up. What's up, boo? Yeah, so see, she's like telling Theo right now, make sure you get that knuckle pressed down, all right? Love you. So with that, I'm gonna coach him to push that knuckle into the ground as he's going down. So let's focus on this cue first. He's gonna go into push-up position. I might even come through and like spread his fingers out, okay? And as he's going down, he's gonna push the knuckle into the ground, pull himself down into that push-up position. Shoulders and hips come together, and he's gonna push himself back up and break. I don't wanna smoke him like I did last time. But so, man, that's such an important thing that most people don't talk about, okay? And it changes for most people, like, holy crap, like I don't feel that in the shoulder as much, all right? Now, with that said, the second thing that we're gonna do, and notice like that, we're cool here with just Olivia coming through and co-coaching. Because we'll just cut out and come back in.
Yeah, what the?
It did that last time. Like,
It was freaking out. Okay.
we good?
We're back.
All right. We good to go?
Yep.
And so the second part that we're going to go into here is just the neck position. This is another one. So if Theo goes into this, is like a lot of times people will start with the neck forward. And especially when they go down, that neck is going to reach forward, right? Because it makes people think they get more range of motion, right? So here, what we coach is like, imagine the string on the top of the crown of the head and I'm pulling that string. So packing the chin, long spine. So as he's going down, he's pulling that string. Notice now he's got this nice, beautiful neutral spine. He's gonna push back up and break, okay? So once again, because otherwise you're cranking the neck forward and that's changing your shoulder position as well. And you're gonna crank your shoulders, your neck, like all of those things that we don't want. So long spine, you know, a lot of times I like the analogy of keeping that chin packed, meaning like get a tennis ball under your chin, keep it there, right? And pushing back away. Number 3, or maybe this is number 4. Liv, you let us have daddy for a second? Yeah, I think you do. And so from there, the next one is just gonna be seeing the hips drop. I mean, and this is probably one that you kind of see a lot, right? Even when they start core's weak, so hips are gonna drop. Or let's say it's a set of 10, and like at the beginning it's good, and then it starts dropping and dropping and rolling out. Do another bad one, like rolling out of that. Boom. See how the core is not connected? So here, one of the things you can do is tell the person to squeeze their glutes, right? The other one that I like is also pushing the heels out. So imagine like they're driving the heels out, they're firing the glutes, so you're getting that length, and then the shoulders and hips are gonna move together. Control down, move together, and then pushing back up, and break. And the last thing that we're gonna do and talk about is hanging on the lats. So meaning, if I'm hanging on the lats, it means at the top of the push-up, I'm not pushing away and activating serratus here. And so some people think that's like, oh man, you're rounding a little bit, but we want that shoulder blade to work and push away. And that also engages your abs more, right? Which is what we want. So what we don't want to do is like hang on the lats, right? Notice like, oh, I'm just here, hips sag, I'm hanging on the lats. We actually want to be actively pushing the ground away, keeping that good neutral spine. And you'll see Theo right where at the top, when he's doing this push-up, sticking to everything we talked about, shoulders and hips come down. He's gonna control it down. And now he's gonna push away. And I'm gonna tell him push, 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 push up here. Get those shoulder blades rounding. And see just this, we don't wanna round this part, we just wanna round here and drive away. And you can see his abs are on, and he's gonna come back down and control. And do one more rep. And push back up. Bam, and break, okay? So those are some of the main things. Another thing that I'll just finish off with, and like Theo, you can see he's only done so many reps, but he's done them perfect and like a lot of tension, is that when we go down into push-up, we don't want to keep those elbows close. We want to go out about 45 degrees and create space in our shoulder right here. Because if I go close, watch, my shoulder's going to glide forward and it's going to stretch these ligaments in the front that we don't want. We don't want that, right? So elbows come out. I'm opening up my chest as I'm coming down. Right now I have good space in my shoulders. The other thing, I don't want to have my elbows high either. So now, as I'm coming down, I'm falling into that internal rotation again. It's banging up my shoulder, right? So just some of the things that we look for, kind of the main issues that we see, and how to coach and cue them and correct them is the same thing. Somebody's going to be coming down. I might just tell them to like follow my lead, and I'm going to drive those elbows out a little bit more. Create space. And same thing, people that sometimes have nagging shoulder issues and injuries, they're gonna be like, oh wow, that feels so much better because you created space in that shoulder. And like I said, everybody's anatomy is a little bit different, but we know that if the elbow comes out a little bit, right? So look at where it's at. If you look at me from the front, it's not here, it's not here. It's right about here. I'm opening that chest up, and most people feel a lot better still pushing those knuckles into the ground, spread out fingers, nice and tall packed chin, right? So you do like a set of 8 to 10 of those controlled, man, it's a whole different ballgame. So I'd like to thank Theo for, doing like really perfect reps. I'd like to thank Olivia. She kind of lost interest. She's like, man, I'm too advanced for this, so it's whatever. But sometimes we have progressions for people like that. But with that, hey, I'll see you in the next kind of coaching video where we take you through different things that we do here at Vigor Rep.